Anime has given us everything. Epic power-ups, emotional highs, and mayhem. But you know what really gets the blood pumping? When the ladies step into the ring, ready to throw down, wipe the floor with their enemies, and declare dominance. Let's count down the top 10 female protagonist fights in anime that will make your toes curl. Number 10. Girls Bravo. Kiri Kojima versus Hijiri Kanata. We start this list with one of the coolest anime fight scenes ever, and it's in this silly, edgy series. I'm sure a lot of you have seen clips of this fight many times, but never figured out which anime it belonged to. Well, I present you all with Girls Bravo, and the glorious, furniture-breaking face-off between Kiri and Hijiri. Hijiri comes in swinging with zero chill, and Kiri's battle of reflexes is tackled by Hijiri's brute strength. I mean, how exactly do you fight off a woman who rips through a whole-ass table like it's paper just to give you a chokehold? Then she proceeds to lift you, along with the huge frickin' table, and slam you both to the ground. You would not see me stand after that, my friends. This scene is surprisingly intense for a show better known for its comedy. Like, who would have thought this edgy comedy would pull off such an intense brawl? Number 9. Rolling Girls. Matcha Green versus the Armed Empress. Up next, we have, drumroll please, Rolling Girls. The fight between Matcha Green and the Armed Empress in this anime is pure chaos. With loud explosions, flashy moves, and every punch feeling like it could send you flying out of your seat. This battle has it all. Matcha, all speed and determination, faces off against the Armed Empress, who could probably crush a tank with her bare hands. No big deal. Matcha's throwing punches like she's in a race, and the Empress is casually swinging around weapons that look like they belong in a heavy metal music video. The choreography? Imagine a dance-off, if the dance moves were all about smashing things. Is it deep? Nah. Is it a battle of wits? Nope. But who needs all that when you've got this much fun in one fight? Number 8. Recreators. Celestia Upateria versus Alistaria February. Glorious fights aside, the one between Celestia and Alistaria is a wild mix of graceful aerial maneuvers and heavy-hitting punches that make you wonder if they've been practicing their superhero landings. The animation is absolutely gorgeous, leaving you watching a high-speed ballet in the sky with explosions. And it's not all about the pretty visuals either. These two are fighting for what they believe in. Celestia's all about protecting what she loves, while Alistaria's sticking to her sense of justice, like she's magnet glue to her armor. Now, while the action is top-notch, and the themes do add some depth, this battle doesn't quite have the same gut-wrenching emotional impact as others in the series. Still, it's a high-flying, heart-pounding ride with a lot of heart and a lot of explosions. Number 7. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Frieren versus Aura the Guillotine. Coming up next is the fight between Frieren and Aura the Guillotine in Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. And let me tell you, this one's a treat for the brain. So, we've got Frieren, this super chill mage who looks like she's always 10 steps ahead of everyone else. You know the type. She's got that vibe, like she could solve a Rubik's Cube with one hand while making tea with the other. Meanwhile, Aura walks in, looking like a walking mountain of muscle and menace, with a sword so big it could double as a bridge. You know she means business when her weapon could probably level a city block just by sneezing. And here's the kicker. While Aura's charging in like a wrecking ball, I mean, she's basically a one-woman demolition crew. Friren's just casually dodging her swings like she's out for a brisk walk. It's not a flashy fight. There are no giant explosions or world-shattering moves. Just a lot of precise dodging and perfectly placed magic. It's honestly mesmerizing. Number 6. Saga of Tanya the Evil. Tanya Degurchaf versus Mary Sue. The aerial dogfight between Tanya and Mary in the Saga of Tanya the Evil is one hot mess of personal vendettas, high-speed chaos, and two very different philosophies about life, war, and how much destruction one person can cause with a magical aircraft. On one hand, we have our beloved Tanya, the little demon child soldier with a Napoleon complex the size of Mount Everest. She's all about proving her superiority while sticking it to the higher powers, especially God, who's apparently her least favorite celestial being. Then there's Mary. Ah, sweet, sweet Mary. Fueled by grief and a burning need for revenge. She's out here like, let's settle this in the sky, one explosion at a time. Forget strategy. Mary's flying in with all the subtlety of a bull in a china shop. And it's as glorious as it is chaotic. Tanya's dodging blasts like a pro, while Mary's throwing her entire soul into every shot like a wrecking ball. All in all, you're on the edge of your seat, wondering if either of them can really win. Number 5. Vivy, Florite Eyes Song. Vivy versus Elizabeth. In Vivy, Florite Eyes Song, the fight between Vivy and Elizabeth is like watching a tragic, high-stakes ballet, where both AIs clash over their wildly different philosophies. Vivy wants to save humanity with her singing, and Elizabeth wants to rewrite the future with a little less human intervention. The choreography is smooth. Their blows feel like art, and each strike is loaded with emotional baggage. Because, they're fighting over the fate of mankind and all. It's a fight that's as much about deep existential questions as it is about who can land the best hit. And by the end, you're left wondering if either of them is really right, or if you just need a nap after all the emotional whiplash. In short, this fight makes sure you feel every moment of it. Number 4. Madoka Magica. Homura Akemi versus Walpurgis Nacht. Homura versus Walpurgis Nacht in Madoka Magica is, well, sad. It's basically an emotional roller coaster where every punch lands with the weight of heartbreak. Homura, poor girl, is stuck in a brutal time loop, fighting this witch over and over in an attempt to save Madoka. But the thing is, she's already failed so many times that her soul's basically on permanent life support. Each fight feels less like a battle and more like a desperate cry for a do-over. And honestly, it's a miracle she hasn't just collapsed from sheer emotional exhaustion. Forget flashy attacks or cool transformations. The action here feels like an extension of Homura's mind. Her confusion, her frustration, her crushing sorrow. She's got everything she's ever learned. All the weapons and traps she's accumulated in each timeline. But each time, she faces Walpurgis Nacht with the haunting knowledge that she's done this before and failed. The battle is this beautifully tragic dance of broken hope and determination, where the lines between reality and nightmare blur and twist. Number 3, Kill la Kill. Ryuko Matoi versus Satsuki Kiryuin. My people, we are getting close. The fight between Ryuko and Satsuki in Kill la Kill is nothing short of legendary. If anime had its own Hall of Fame, this battle would have a gold statue. These two have been set up from the very beginning as total opposites. Ryuko, the fiery, revenge-driven punk with a thing for really sharp scissors. And Satsuki, the cold, calculating powerhouse who walks around like she owns the world, and probably does. Their rivalry? Oh, it's personal, with a side of family drama that makes your favorite soap opera look like a toddler's nap time. This battle is a full-on spectacle. We're talking wild choreography, clothes ripping in the most dramatic way possible, and blows that'll make you question the laws of physics. And let's not even get into how ridiculous and awesome the action is. This is Kill la Kill, so expect no subtlety. We're talking explosions, giant attacks, and enough sparks flying to light up a city. Get ready to have your mind blown. And probably a few fashion choices questioned while you're at it. Number 2, Fate series. Saber versus Berserker. Ilya's Berserker. Now, you'll know this one. One of the OGs. Fate always delivers when it comes to its action scenes. And the demonic clash between these two sinister entities in Fate Stay Night is one of the very best. Saber versus Ilya's Berserker is the kind of battle where you know things are about to get seriously intense. You've got Saber, the calm, stoic knight, facing off against an out-of-control, rage-fueled monster that's essentially a walking wrecking ball. It's like watching someone try to tame a tornado with nothing but a sword and sheer willpower. Saber is channeling pure determination with her blade, while Berserker's throwing fists like he's mad at the world. And then, in true Fate fashion, Saber pulls out Excalibur, and you get this insane, world-shaking blast of light that's basically the anime equivalent of a mic drop. Number 1, The Garden of Sinners. Shiki Ryougi versus Arya Souren. Our fight at number 1 falls between Shiki and Arya from the Garden of Sinners. This battle is if philosophy and sword fighting had a baby, and that baby grew up to be absolutely intense. An existential crisis wrapped in stunning animation. Every punch and slash is packed with deeper meaning. Shiki, our almost emotionless warrior, squares off against Arya, a guy who thinks he's above life and death. Spoiler, he's not. Watching this is like witnessing two people try to figure out the meaning of life, while also trying to stab each other. And let's not forget the visuals. They're stunning, dark, and makes you feel like you're watching something you should probably think about for the next few days. And there you have it. 10 fights that prove anime heroines don't need saving. They're too busy doing the saving, slaying, and making us all look lazy in comparison. Whether it's pure fists of fury, tactical genius, or emotional grit, these ladies all brought their A game, and then some. If I missed your favorite fight, let me know in the comments. Nicely though, okay? I'm fragile. While you're at it, hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe even share this video with your fellow nerds, because greatness like this deserves to be spread. Until next time, keep your waifu strong and your fight scenes stronger. Peace!